There's pain and a family torn apart as a man learns his punishment for killing his own brother, shooting him 16 times.
Family arguments happen all the time. Brothers fight. They yell. Sometimes they even stop speaking to each other for a while, but most arguments don't end with gunshots.
I just really want to say that I love Rodney so much. I love Tamir so much, and I miss them both so much. I don't even know what to say. It's terrible. But that day was the worst day of my life, because I knew that day I was losing both of my sons.
I didn't know how to do what everybody wanted me to do. I feel like maybe if he felt my pain from my words, it would hit him that this is reality.
In October 2023, a dispute between two brothers in Cleveland would turn deadly, leaving one brother dead and the other facing decades in prison. The shooter was Rodney Curley Jr. The victim was his own brother, Tamir Hale Dial, and what happened that day shocked their entire family.
Ballsy at the moment, so nah, I knew something. So then when he put the gun out, I'm like, damn. So he looked down, he see my gun, so he instantly rushed me. Like, you feel me, tried to rush me with this hand, with his, you feel me, his left hand, but he had the gun like this. He grabbed my gun, so my gun get the fall out, I push him, I up. He tried to go like this, I just, wah, wah, wah. Feel me, but the gun, because the gun had fell, so when I grabbed it, I was like, you feel me, it fall down my leg, so I was pushing it up like this. And once he seen me going for my gun, he did like this.
Rodney Curley Jr. was just 19 years old at the time of the shooting. He lived in the Bedford Heights area near Cleveland, Ohio. His brother, Tamir Hale Dial, was older, 23 years old. Like many siblings, they had disagreements in the past, but nothing that anyone expected would end in violence. To friends and family, they were simply brothers trying to navigate life. But on one day in October 2023, something escalated far beyond a normal argument. On October 23rd, 2023, police were called to the 500 block of East 127th Street in Cleveland. When officers arrived, they found Tamir lying on the ground. He had been shot multiple times. Investigators later said the shooting happened after a verbal argument between the two brothers. During the confrontation, Rodney pulled out a gun, and then he fired multiple shots.
When the homicide unit arrived, we do a walkthrough through the crime scene. We discovered that there was a shell casing inside the moving van, and there was multiple shell casings outside, along with a blood trail that led from the moving van to the final resting place of Tamir.
Tamir suffered fatal gunshot wounds. Just like that, a family argument ended with one brother dead.
But no matter what I say to y'all, y'all still gonna believe whoever, because there was only 3 people there that day. Me, my mama, and him. Stories between 4 people, me, him, my mama, and God.
Sure.
So no matter what I tell y'all, he can't tell y'all what happened.
Right.
Only she could be the one telling y'all what's going on.
After the shooting, Rodney fled. Police issued a warrant for his arrest. For weeks, authorities searched for him. Eventually, the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force tracked him down. They located him hiding inside a house on Rayburn Road in Cleveland. Rodney was hiding in the basement. Officers warned that a K-9 would be released. At that point, he surrendered and was taken into custody. The manhunt was over, but the legal battle was just beginning. Rodney Curley Jr. faced several serious charges. Eventually, he accepted a plea deal. He pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, aggravated menacing. In exchange, 3 other charges were dismissed. The court later sentenced him to 23 years in prison. At just 20 years old, Rodney would spend decades behind bars. One moment of anger had permanently changed 2 lives and devastated a family. This case raises a painful question. How does a disagreement between brothers escalate to deadly violence? Was it anger, impulsiveness, or simply the presence of a gun during an emotional moment. Now, one brother is gone, and the other will spend years in prison living with what happened. Two lives destroyed in seconds. Family conflicts happen everywhere, but when anger meets a weapon, the consequences can be irreversible. The story of Rodney Curley Jr. and Timir Hale Dial is a tragic reminder of how quickly violence can destroy a family. One brother lost his life, the other lost his freedom, and a family was left grieving both.